Hi everyone, it's me, Jordan Long here, or Jordan Mulan Long here, and today I want to talk about AI or fake brain, and about how a lot of folks say that, these tools are cool. Now, I guess that has to do with whatever tool you have, whatever one you bought, or which one is free, but they all come with their downsides. Some of them are mostly good with some things, and others are just not really that good. Now, anyone who has Windows 10 or Windows 11 knows they got Copilot or Half-Flyer, but it just doesn't work very well for me. First thing it asks me to do if I want to make a likeness, or a likeness of someone or something, or come up with something beyond just looking up shit. It asks me to log in. Oh, well, you need to log in if you want me to make that, make those likenesses of all those lands and folks and things that aren't truly alive, you know. And I'm not, good at it either. So if I log into you and I say, okay, give me a background of a house or something, background of a living room, are you not gonna, you're gonna be bad at coming up with it? Yeah, but then you don't got no tools to even film that background. You have to have tools on your web shooter to even film the background I make. Yeah, see, I don't got the tools or any of the settings to make it work. So yeah, you're gonna be worthless when it comes to, making likenesses of backgrounds and folks. Making likenesses of folks or backgrounds or whatever the fuck they say you're good at. The only thing you're truly good at is looking up shit, and even then you're not so good at it. Yeah, I know. I'm not as good as all those other ones out there. Yeah, but I don't got the tools or the settings. So even if you were good at making backgrounds, or even if you were good at making likenesses of folks and beings and things that aren't truly there, or aren't truly alive, either, we'll say, I don't have any way to film any of that. I don't got a tool that can let me film with any of the things you come up with. So, yeah, you're kind of going to be worthless when it comes to that. But a lot of folks are going to say, oh, well, you need to do it because that's the upcoming. Yeah, well, I don't need to do it if I don't want to. And I don't have, see, this web shooter and the tool that runs through Windows 11 that my web shooter runs through, they don't give you any other tools. All you do is film, take likenesses. That's it. And even if Copilot or Half-Flyer could come up with a background, or could come up with folks or beings or things that were happening or being seen that weren't truly alive or weren't true, or whatever. How do you film any of that shit? That means I gotta have another film skimming tool just to film all the shit that Half-Flyer's coming up with, for the background of my film, or for the folks that I want to have in my film, or the beings in my film, or whatever. And then they say, oh, some of them are really good at filming the spoken word. Yeah, if they hear someone talk, then they can kind of, make up shit. But still, you gotta write all the shit in. You gotta tell it what to say and speaking as that fellow or that man or that woman or whatever. You know, it doesn't come up with shit on its own, and you got to have a way to film all the things that the fake mind tool's coming up with. So yeah, Half-Flyer isn't going to be so good in it because I asked it to do shit and it wasn't so good at it. I was like, I said, come up with a Sailor Moon likeness. What did you do? You said I had to log in to do it. That's bullshit. I said, can you come up with I said, come up with a saga, and you came up with some saga about something, out of luck. But then you told me if I wanted to do more beyond that, I had to log in. So yeah, half flyer, you and this whole I can only do shit unless you log into me. Now that's dumb too. Yeah, I'm sorry, that's the way Smallsoft set me up. Yeah, well, I'm sorry, I'm never gonna work you. You're not so good at coming up with shit, and the only thing you seem to be good at is looking up shit, and half the time you're not even good at that. So yeah, and I don't do fake mind or a fake brain or whatever you want to call it. And I never will. So it is what it is. And I'll see you all later. Give this film a like, share and playlist it. Goodbye everyone.